Hey guys, and welcome back. My name is DFree, and for today's Dragon Ball Legends video, we have some breaking news. We're going to be talking about the two new Zenkais announced today. We're going to talk about what this means for next month and potentially the next LF release, where I think they're going. I think there's a couple of really viable and possible options. And next, and last but not least, we're going to be talking about, at the end of the video, what I think they'll do for these characters individually and briefly recapping their overall current kit. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, post down below in the comments what you guys think about these characters, what you think they'll do for them, and potentially what you think they'll be doing for the next LF release. We just got 17, but we're already in that period where we're looking towards, you know, the middle of the month, which happens to be about Valentine's Day, things like that. Let me know what you guys think they're going to do. So I hope you guys enjoy today's video. Like, it will be 800, and here we go. So first things first, Red 17, a free Zenkai. We very rarely get these, but I'm happy to see this. So this may be the first. Is she, let me know in the comments down below, is she the first of the new style free-to-play characters that have their own events like Yellow Trunks or Green Pod Frieza or Metal Cooler, where they have their own like grid style event, and then at the end of the grid style event there's 3 stages. There's one where you take that character in, you get more Z power, you know what I'm saying, like the new style that they do these events in. Is she the first one to get a Zenkai? I'm not sure. There may be one that I'm forgetting, but yeah, there's green or yellow rose. There's, you know, the new style. So Zenkai ability targets characters that are both red and android. So a red android character, kind of interesting because that's not really a thing. I mean, it is a thing, but there's nobody here that's like particularly relevant that's anywhere new. Like the tag androids came out in like what, April of last year, so they're approaching a year old. So man, time flies, dude. It's something like that, maybe May, but anyways, they're old, right? So red androids, are we getting a new red android, or is it just supposed to be for herself? I wouldn't think too deep in it because she's a free character, right? And her Zenkai buff is going to be pretty low as a result. After Awakening, reduces enemies' ki and destroys 2 cards at random when causing a character with a revive effect to revive. So I think she already had some kind of like anti-revive stuff in her kit, but I'm not sure. We'll get to that point later on. But anyways, she's going to be causing them when they revive to reduce ki and destroy 2 cards at random. So that's like super irrelevant. So to this point in the game, there's still only like 5. I think there's still only 5, right? There's the 2 Gohans, there's the Goku, there's Cell. Is there another revive? I think there might be one more, but still, the point is there's like nobody that revives. So unless we're about to get another revive, this is, I don't know why they would point this out. This is irrelevant. I don't know why they would point this out. And I don't want to say that like to imply that Gohan, for example, isn't in matches. He's still solid, although he is low on the totem pole with like the purples they've been dropping on movies lately. But still, you know, that being said, maybe he's going to get a platinum soon, and that'll bring him back to relevance. I don't really know in terms of that. Green 21 here. I was actually kind of surprised to see this. Typically they do, though, in hindsight, this came out 10 minutes later or so, typically they do pair these free Zenkais with a summonable one. And the summonable one actually is Green 21 of all characters. This is interesting because it makes sense, like conceptually, right? But typically I wouldn't have expected them to drop 2 21 Zenkais like back to back, right? Good Zenkai 21, own sub count shortened by 1 by default. That's pretty good, especially for a character like her that has the vaunted cover rescue. Cover rescue is incredibly rare, so it was one of the original special cover changes, if not the original overall. But it's incredibly rare still, especially on meta relevant or decent characters, right? Anyways. So main restores own health each count, so she's got a regeneration effect. Unlock uniques to restore damage restore damage taken. What? To restore damage taken. Oh, so she's getting that effect where when she gets hit, she'll restore HP up to like 30%, you know, that effect, and get draw speed up when changing cover. I don't know if I love that, but she does have cover rescue, so it's not the worst thing. Because you'll be reset to neutral, so it's not the worst thing. But it would just say it would be 10 times better if it was on entry, right? 10 times better. Plus, inflict enemy with blast damage received up. So if she does a debuff, don't know if I care too much about that because immunities, right? But I'm not going to be too critical of her. She if she gets access to some of the more meta mechanics that she would need to deal damage and chain the card she would like to, then she'd be all right. But as she currently stands, I mean, she does like the flash effect on her green card, things like that her characters are just going to be immune to, your top end characters. So what does this mean? Now, we are in a period where Valentine's Day is coming up soon, and typically this game does celebrate it, at least slightly, by releasing some sort of girls' characters or girls' banners. Is this all they're going to do? There's a possibility. There's a possibility they do this, and that's kind of it. There are a few different possibilities and avenues, but let's talk about the first one that I think is the most obvious, I guess. So here's the deal. I'm not saying that because it lines up nicely. Typically, LFs are released mid-month, around the 14th, 15th, 16th, mid-month. It lines up nicely for that character to be a girl's LF. However, last year, I believe that was GRN. I'm not saying or trying to imply that they do this every year, by the way, where even though they release girl stuff basically every year, that doesn't mean the LF in that time slot will be a girl's character. However, this year, I think it makes particular sense because we just got a new tag, the Universe Rep, right? Follow me. Universe Rep, new tag. 17 is not buffing this tag for his only counterpart to be Android 18. They're going to flesh this tag out. They're going to release more Universe Rep Z ability characters. Mark my words, this didn't just happen for no reason. This is going to fill out. It may take some time, but it's going to fill out. Now, a girl's character that fits that mold as a Universe Rep Z ability buffer could easily be a Kefla character. And the funny thing about a Kefla character is that she kind of makes a lot of sense. Like I said, being a girl's character, Valentine celebration, we are going to get an LF around that time, so it would make sense there. Universe Rep tag, also Universe Survival, if they wanted to have her have a double Z ability for that works too, or Rival Universe, that works too. Speaking of Rival Universe, didn't we just get a Zenkai for a Rival Universe character for some reason in Bergamo? He got his Zenkai and it didn't really. Now he's a part of Universe Rep, but if his Zenkai ability was only supposed to be for himself, I don't really know what they were trying to do there, right? Is Red Kefla getting a Zenkai? Is somebody else on this list going to get a Zenkai? Because this list is very barren for Rival Universe Reds. It just basically is only for Bergamo at this point, really. So there's that too. We got a Rival Universe character that came out predating the Universe Rep tag and the release of a new character. We have the mid-month stuff that typically happens. This time around, it's going to be girls stuff. Kind of makes a lot of sense for that character to be a girls character. Also, this is something I know people don't want to hear. I know people don't want to hear it. The last big release, he's actually approaching a month old now. Time flies, dude. Was Ultra Gogeta. I'm not here to tell you that Ultra Gogeta's team needs a buff, right? I'm not trying to imply that or tell you that. However, they could use another couple of characters for a couple of colors. They're pretty bad with green and red specifically. You can pass with those colors. With like the Zenkai for the free Vegito, I think his lock-in mechanic especially is solid. If you really want to, you can use Gogeta for, but you're kind of getting to a point with these characters where it's like, okay, where is the Zenkai for Gogeta 4 at this point, right? So they could, the thing is, they have 3 ultras in the other 3 colors, so it's a very steep drop off when you use these 3 and you hit. Even if you think like Gogeta 4 or the red free Vegito or even Majub, whoever, right, is decent, there's a steep drop off after these 3 ultras, right? So I think they need to be fleshed out in those other areas. I'm not saying I even want to see a Fusion Warrior buff, but she makes sense on this front too, because they didn't completely leave Fusion Warrior because not that much time has passed. They may be giving Fusion Warrior another couple characters, maybe one at least in Kefla, and calling it a day for the time period. And if that's the case, I would almost bet that it would be a red character because red fits the bill for most of this stuff going on. So keep that in mind. And they probably don't think that Gogeta 4 needs to be replaced yet. So, all right, who else could it be? This is where I think things get kind of fun. It could be that we're getting another Fighters collab. I was going to say Kakarot collab, hello. It could be that we're getting another Fighters collab, and this time we're going to get an LF21. What would you guys think about that? Some of the same reasons that I just mentioned for Kefla, an LF21 would fit that bill too, but on the other side of things, she isn't going to be filling in for Rival Universe or Universe Survival or Fusion Warrior, but she would help out Android. Android, I mean, I'm not the right person because I'm biased in my hate against the Android LF duo, right? I'm not really so keen on them getting a new red. I hate these characters. You could argue that they're replaceable. I don't really care. There's also, for the record, another 21 coming out red, so maybe she's in the same Bergamo type of role where her Z ability is, or Zenkai ability is supposed to buff a new red character, but even if it's not red, who cares? The point is, Android also is on the table with getting a new 17 recently. And like I said, 17 didn't just come out to be left by the wayside. They aren't going to drop him and have him be just kind of a thing that you just don't use anymore. They're trying to fill out a team for him. They will do that. Now, Universe Rep eventually will get fleshed out, but that doesn't have to be immediately after. They could take the opposite avenue and build out Android. Right? So these are the two teams or the two characters with the tag sets that I think they're really going to be going for. Again, I really want to know what you guys think about those ideas. So in terms of Free 21, let's take a look at what she currently does. Draws a blue, restores key, and gets this is like okay, like kind of decent, I guess. You would wish it would do more, but I don't really know what else they're gonna give a free character here. Like this like seems fine, unless they mention like her main getting something. I don't really know what they're gonna give her there. Like it's fine, whatever. She gets key, she gets health, she gets damage, she gets a card. It's okay. I mean, they could do some sort of debuff, but like it's everything you would basically need, right? You would, I mean, again, she's a free character, so like if they want to give her like draw speed or null covers, these things that are really powerful, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I don't know what else they're gonna give her here. Extend the amount of health to 30? I don't know. Applies the following effects itself when the character enters the battlefield: 80% damage, 30% blast damage, 40% cut, randomly destroys one card, and plus 30% damage inflicted. There is the anti-revive stuff. When causing a character with a revive effect to revive. Again, so they're going to add on this. I don't really think they're going to do much else to any of this stuff. They probably don't even touch this stuff, to be honest. They're going to add on to this and add the effect where she reduces key and destroys cards, I believe. So she has multiple avenues to destroy cards, at least. That's good. But I don't think they're really going to do much here. They may spike her damage to 90, cut to 50, but I don't think much else happens there. The following effects occur when faced with an enemy. This is effectively an on-entry effect, or if they switch, she's going to be in a really, really powerful situation. Anyways, restores key, -5 to blast and special move arts cost, and then also inflicts all enemies with a debuff of health restoration. So cheapening the cost and the blast and blue card is solid. Restores key, solid. I would still like for her to get some sort of extra damage, and if they wanted to add in some sort of support effect when she's matched up with them, that would be really, really good too. Also, when she cover changes, she seals enemies strike arts cards for 5 counts. So there's not really like a ton that I'm expecting them to do with her. Like, that's probably why they highlighted this, because like I said, how it's irrelevant, they're probably not going to do much here. I really don't know what else they want to do here. They can lean more into her being annoying. She does do that anti-revive stuff that's going to be added in, that's going to be annoying to play against. She will destroy a card on entry. She does have, when you switch versus her, she has health restoration debuffs, and also she has the ceiling when she cover changes in. They could lean more into her being annoying. Maybe they'll do some sort of paralysis effect, or I don't want to see that, but more annoying effects akin to that. That doesn't mean they have to be equivalent, like faint or anything like that, but just annoying stuff. Cut penetration with the blast effect. Increases Dragon Balls by 1 on hit, solid effect, plus 20% damage. This could go up to 25, but again, I don't really expect much to happen here. The green card draws a blast next, changes strikes to blasts, restores key, and plus 20%. This like desperately needs a nullify cover effect. Even if it's just for like 5 counts, it desperately needs it. These types of cards that make you want a combo, or combo starters desperately need that type of effect, or some sort of sub-count manipulation for the enemy. Otherwise, it's just going to get shut down. These are the easiest types of cards to special cover change into. Because if you know the character's kit, you know they don't have a strike. Like, this is ridiculously easy. So, yeah. I don't think she'll get it, but she needs it. And the funny thing about Blast is I want to let you guys know that even though she's a Blast character and Gogeta just came out and he's going to shut that down, they can't just ignore blast characters. They can't. I want to make sure you guys are aware of that. They can't just ignore indefinitely blast characters, right? They're gonna still release blast characters. It's just that's how the game is. Anyways, so yeah, she's kind of like whatever. Speaking of blast characters, we got another one here. So draws the ultimate, restores health and ki by 60 is solid when she only has the ultimate here. But that's why she picks up the draw speed and +1 special cover change. She needs damage here. 20%, 30%, whatever. She needs damage here. And again, I'm going to tell you right now, she's going to need special cover change nullification to really function the way she wants to. She has this here. She has fun stuff in her kit. She could be a decent character if they give her that for sure. Applies the following effects itself when she enters the battlefield. Wouldn't you know it? I just said they need that effect. Why? Because I just explained how it's easy. That was a prelude to this. This is a powerful effect. When she enters the battlefield, she always changes your strikes to blast. That is a powerful effect. But it's not powerful if you're predictable, right? You have to be really cute and drop your combos and stuff. You have to play a certain way if you don't want to get knocked back. But this is extremely predictable. She will not have anything but blasts or special cards in her hand, and that's it. Reduces damage by 30% when she enters the battlefield. -5 to blast arts cost. The damage and cut need to spike. At least the damage. 60 needs to go up. This is a power creep number. It needs to be at least 90, and I think it will get up. Plus 10% of blast damage inflicted every time another battle member is hit with an enemy strike, blast, or blue, up to 50. This stack effect is not going to go anywhere. I don't really love this, but it's not going anywhere. Ideally, they make it 25 so she can get it twice, but they're not doing that. That's a pipe dream. 5 isn't terrible, especially because she can save them if they need to be saved, assuming that they're not nullifying her cover change. And then speaking of which, she's got the effect to special cover change. I would like to see the +2 sub count effect dropped off, but I don't think that they will. Also, it's not the worst thing, because when you look at her next ability here, applies the following effects itself when at least one allied character is defeated. When somebody drops off her team, she gets the shortened sub count effect by 2, which means she can save her allies quicker, especially if she hasn't used her first special cover change. She will be able to do that faster. Her sub count's going to be way low. And on top of that, she has the effect being added in to automatically always be 1 faster. The 1 faster is crazy because throughout the battle, it's going to generate a lot of tempo. Like, don't sleep on this. It's only 1, yeah, but it's going to generate a lot of tempo. And her main actually restores own health. Oh, so I forgot they added they said more here for her. They added regen effect. I would still like to see damage added. Unlock uniques to restore damage taken. So they're going to give her the healing effect there, and then draw speed when changing cover as well. So she's got a lot. They have to give her nullification. She's got the freaking force draw. She has 2 draw speed effects, which is very powerful stuff. But if she's just going to get shut down, then it doesn't matter. Her blue pumps up the damage for blasts. Plus 20% damage inflicted on activation. This needs to go to massive. That would be nice. Just power creep stuff. She's just old. Inflict enemy with flash. Draws a blue card. Activates twice. Restores ki. Plus 15% damage inflicted by allies. This is all solid. I don't think they'll change anything here. If they want to make this 20% damage, but I don't think they're going to change anything there. You know what would be nice if they did some sort of debuff on enemy subcounts? That'd be nice too. So at least if the enemy's immune, they can't go anywhere. If they've used their vanish, you'll still be able to get that blue and use it, whatever, right? And they can't switch out. That's an underrated thing that I don't think they'll do. Deals massive impact on the ultimate. She needs blast armor on this. I remember using her not that long ago. She needs freaking blast armor. She does no switch stuff on it, which is really annoying to play against. But she needs blast armor. Like, this desperately needs blast armor. Oh, I think all ultimates, for the record, need blast armor. If they don't have it, they need it when they get buffed. Every single character in the game. Except for one. The only character in the game with a ranged ultimate. Let me know who you guys think that is, if you know who that is. He hasn't been shown on the channel, or probably any channels, in a really long time. There's one character in the game. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. She needs the, I don't care what else they add on her kit. I don't care if they give her a bunch of damage. I would like that. She needs that. She also doesn't have she doesn't have ki here. There needs to be ki added here. There desperately needs ki added here. I don't care about anything else. She needs that effect. It's mandatory. It is mandatory for her kit, or she's going to be a flop. I'm being honest. She's going to be a flop. As a the female warrior connoisseur that I am, I love playing with these characters. I have dozens of videos probably with girls teams. She needs that. She won't be able to do anything to the meta. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Ooh, wait a minute. Type null. Type null would be nice. With Gogeta running around, that would be nice. Going neutral would be nice. But the reality is she's not doing anything to the meta because Gogeta's just gonna shut her down. Okay, these characters are drawing a billion blast. These characters almost feel like a buff to Gogeta. All right, guys, I'm gonna see you in a bit.